Broadcasting live from the Complete College Prospect Studio in Sin City. Heard around the world, discussing everything that is high school sports, music, fashion, food, ratings, and of course, coaching. And the people you came to see, the athletes. This is the Who's Up Next podcast with your hosts, JR and Rob.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy, JR, aka the big fella.
What's going on, everyone? This is Big Rob, aka the Candy Man. I love the sweets, baby.
Right. Hey, so we definitely want to start this off with a good show. We got a lot going on today, a lot of new segments, different things that we've done. Our producers definitely brought this thing along a lot. I think, what are we getting into first?
The Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
All right, let's go. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Here we go. Keeping it PG for you guys. So you see what it is. You see what the screen says. WTF. It's just Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So what we want to talk about today is this system called Activate, formerly known as Register My Athlete. Sorry about that, guys.
Hey, no, they're forgettable. Like they should be forgettable, and everybody that uses them should stop. Like I know currently in Vegas, the reason we wanted to talk about this, if you live anywhere that RMA is being used or Activate, I mean, that should tell you all you need to know. When you change the name of your company, you're probably doing something wrong. X. So anyway, Register My Athlete is a place where high school athletes, some states use it to register the athletes for sports that they play. You don't do it the traditional way like a lot of states where you play for the school that you are attending. You still play for the school you're attending, but they're not allowed to approve you as an athlete. They send you through a third party where you have to do all this paperwork. They go into your business, things like asking you about your parents, whether they're married or they're divorced or who has custody, or just a bunch of nonsense that they actually have no business knowing. And that's partly because of Las Vegas as a whole and the way that they run things when it comes to high school sports. But this year, Activate, Register My Athlete, has done something a little different. They normally punish you. They always punish the athlete. They never punish the parents, which last I heard, high school sports was a way of keeping athletes out of trouble and doing all the right things and going in the right directions. And you weren't supposed to punish them for wanting to participate and getting their grades right and doing the things they were supposed to do. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's crazy, very crazy that these kids are doing everything that they need to do to come and play sports, right? Sports is their avenue to get to the next level, which is college, right? And they're trying to get a cut or trying to get a break. But the fact that this system is not allowing for these athletes to be cleared in time is definitely a problem. All right, we're going in here in Vegas. We're going into Nevada as a whole. We're going into week 4 into football. Can't remember what week we're going to into soccer and everything. But regardless of the fact, we still have athletes out there that are not cleared.
Yes.
Not cleared at all. There's one thing that we don't understand, the fact that incoming freshmen, right? They're coming out of middle school. They're being labeled as a transfer. What is the point of being a transfer? They're not transferring into a high school from another high school. And so they're being penalized. These are brand new high school students, athletes, and
you got to give some background though. Got to give some background. So the transfer makes it harder in Register My Athlete. If you're a transfer, there's a lot of other hoops you got to jump through in order to get approved and get everything done. Normally, when you come into your zoned high school from the junior high that you went to, it's an automatic approval and you can play. But for some crazy reason this year, even the ninth graders who live in the area, let's say live a block away from the school, went to the local junior high, now going naturally to the high school, they're still being labeled transfers. And because of this, we're 4 weeks into the fall season of sports, and a lot of athletes everywhere are not actually being allowed to play because the system is messed up. And so we definitely wanted to bring that up as something that is completely wrong and should never happen, because at the end of the day, high school sports is and should always be about the athlete and the community.
Definitely, for sure. Completely agree with that. I mean, these kids, like JR said earlier, right? They're trying to stay out of trouble. They're trying to do the right things to get to where they need to be. And the fact that this system is holding up their career, holding up their livelihood, that's ridiculous. Come on, Activate, register my athlete. Let's get on the ball. Let's fix these things. Because we got athletes out here ready to play. They're ready to do their thing. So I definitely hate the system. If you are an athlete or you're a parent of an athlete in a different state, what are you guys doing to get your children cleared? Is it a difficult process to get your kids to play sports? That's what we want to know, because obviously Nevada is doing something crazy with this Activate system, or Activate in general just needs to fix their process.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't because it's not free. So when you go through the system there, you definitely got to pay your registration fees, all that stuff. That's on top of the fees that you pay your school for the sport. That's a separate fee for them not to do their job. And look, personally, I don't care if you don't like it. NIAA, register my athlete, or Activate. That's not important to us here at the Who's Up Next show. What's important to us is that you do your job. And that is, if for some reason you didn't have time or you weren't prepared, then clear everybody.
For sure.
Because you're still getting, what's not happening. Don't take a paycheck then. Don't take a paycheck till all the kids are clear. I mean, it's only fair. You're costing them the things that are important to them. For some of these kids, if they can't play, let's be honest, they're not going to keep their grades up. And so you're hurting them in the long run as well. So stop it. Just correct what you're doing. Stop it. And let's move forward, but let's not give them too much more time. We got some bigger things coming down the pipeline.
Oh, yes.
We're up for our first interview ever on the Who's Up Next show in our Player of the Week segment. We've got Aiden Franson coming on, and let's get to it and show his clips.
Let's do it.
Producers having issues. What you doing? Oh, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. That's what we're here for. We're here to back each other up.
Things happen on the fly all the time.
Let's go. AJ.
Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
All right. Hey, how's it going, AJ?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Your mic's a little low. Can you turn it up?
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, were you able to see your clips?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
All right, man. So Aiden goes to Pleasant Grove High School in Utah. I believe you guys are 4-0 right now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about you.
You know what? I loved how you guys actually just talked about the whole register my athlete thing. I had started my register my athlete about 4 or 5 months because I transferred to Pleasant Grove from Lone Peak. I started out 4 or 5 months before even playing time started, and I dealt with a lot of struggles. I didn't get approved till 3 days before my first game. So, there was a lot of stress going into that, maybe if I was playing or not playing, So I liked how you guys highlighted that.
I forgot about that Utah uses the same thing. It definitely has been a crazy time this year when it comes to the athlete. And it just, like I said, the fact that it affects the actual students, because you're a senior, right? So they actually could have affected your senior year, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that was definitely a super scary situation. I was going to the athletic directors house. I was going to the office every single day trying to get that figured out as fast as possible, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously I know a lot about you, but most people don't know Aiden used to be a quarterback. He went through, figuring out what his role was going to be, what he was going to do, what he was going to perfect. And it seems like this running back thing is just taking off. Player of the game last week. As we can see from the highlights, it was just, definitely seems natural. Tell us about the game.
I mean, it was an awesome game. We were planning on starting off going to be passing a lot during the game. We couldn't get it working. We had a few injuries on the O-line. We actually had a few of our, our JV and sophomore kids step up, come play O-line, and they're able to be a big difference in our game, and I had 121 yards, 7 yards of carry. I mean, there wasn't anything more I could ask for my line. So I'm super grateful for that.
Cool. What you got, Rob?
Hey, that's pretty awesome, AJ. Hey, so to get back to you being a previous quarterback, right? How do you feel that vision as a quarterback has helped you transition into this role now as a running back?
Oh, man, it's helped out so much. I mean, my ability to see the hole, I feel like it's already a lot better than people who played running back their whole life. I feel like I have a gift, especially seeing that hole. I mean, it's only 4 games I were playing running back, and I feel like pretty well for myself.
Nice. Hey, I definitely think, myself, I definitely believe that playing the quarterback position, if for some reason it doesn't work out for an athlete at that spot, since it's such a unique spot, that the quarterback position would translate itself for a running back. Probably, I would say the top 2 spots would be linebacker and running back when it comes to seeing the field as a whole, probably even safety, depending on the size of the QB. So would you say that in your pre-snap read, when you look down the field, you're essentially reading it as a quarterback to open up, to see where your holes are going to open up?
Always. I'm always looking at the scheme. I'm always planning ahead. If the cutback's going to be open and the hole's not going to be there, I know immediately before the play even starts. On that long touchdown I had in the last game, I knew before it. They came out in a 4-2, and I knew it was going to be wide open,
Okay. Why Pleasant Grove?
Why Pleasant Grove?
Why Pleasant Grove?
Why not?
Hey, you know what? I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
hey,
you know what?
What's up?
They've had a few rough years in a row. 2 years ago going 1-10, last year 6-6. They've had a lot of young guys coming up through the system as 3 and 4 year starters. So, I mean, at this point, I came to change the culture. I came to be different. I came to change that whole city, and that's my goal.
So would you say that, with a 4-0 start, essentially it's looking like a good year for you guys, maybe taking that thing, deep into the playoffs, if not all the way? What do you think?
I mean, that's the goal, one more week of non-region play, and then we're right to it of, going back to my old school, Lone Peak first week. So getting super excited for that. I think we'll be really, really able to compete against some of the best teams in the state and ready to turn a lot of heads and surprise a lot of people.
In the future, for those coaches out there that might be watching or will be watching in the future to the Who's Up Next show, where are you trying to be when it comes to your freshman year of college?
Anywhere that'll have me. I'm trying to be in a place where I'm able to compete going right in. I don't want to be in a spot where I've got to wait a year, wait 2 years to get on that field. I feel like I have the ability to make an impact as soon as I go in.
And so, hey, we don't bring bums on the Who's Up Next show. What's that GPA?
GPA last semester 3.6.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Hey, we just want everybody else, man, whether it's small kids that are watching, and one day, I know a couple little running backs, 6th grade, 5th grade, 4th grade, they might be watching you, or some athletes that play a position and they feel like their time just hasn't happened. What would you say to them?
I mean, I've been through that situation my whole life, at playing. As soon as I went into football at 7th grade, my dream was always to play quarterback. And, I waited for so long playing on the B team, the C team, always not being the number one guy, to now being the leader of my team. And it's hard, but patience is the best key.
All right. Hey, well, we definitely appreciate you, AJ, and you more than welcome to come back on the show anytime, man. I'm hoping to get you back on, around playoff time and find out you on your way to making all conference,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You'll see it. Don't worry.
Hey, AJ, before you go, man, I got a quick question to ask you, and maybe you can shed some light out there for some of the other kids trying to come up. I know for your whole life you were waiting to be that quarterback, right? And you ended up being a quarterback. I believe you even went to state. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You won a state title. So as a quarterback, so I know you have this motto that you have out there on social media, heart over height, right? Because you are typically a smaller athlete when it comes to size. Transitioning over to running back, I know the size still isn't the greatest, but what would you tell those athletes out there who are a little bit undersized, who are trying to get recognized and to show the world what they can do? What would you tell them?
I mean, just like my motto goes, heart over height, whatever you want, you can achieve. If you want it bad enough, it will happen. You got to try and be the best person everywhere you go. So as soon as I went into that new school, I got in the weight room. My goal was to make jaws drop. I want to be the strongest person in that weight room. I want to be leading everybody,
That's awesome. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for answering that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a good season, and we'll be watching.
For sure.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, man. If you're an athlete out there and you get us that film, man. We definitely want to have you on the show. We want to be able to showcase you, your school, everything that you do. If you're a coach, you got a great player, hit us up. We're always watching. We're always looking to see who the next person is out there that's doing something big. We don't care about what school you go to. We don't care what division you're in. What we care about is that you are giving us the best you. It's something that we could put on this screen to showcase you or your school or your community, your teachers. We don't care. That's what this is all about. This is the Who's Up Next show. And what do we got next? Commercial break. Here we go.
Let's go.
Are you a college-ready athlete? Complete College Prospects. Our 5C ranking system verifies it for any college sports program. 5C athletes stand out because they are coachable, involved in their community, hold themselves to a higher standard of commitment, always working to perfect their capabilities. All of these things result in a 5C complete prospect. You are a great athlete and rated by some of the best. Complete the package. Become a 5-star 5C athlete. Show coaches you are truly the complete package for day one. You have what it takes to be a complete college prospect.
If it's high school sports, we're talking about it. This is the Who's Up Next podcast. Now, back to your hosts, JR and Rob.
Hey, welcome back. We're going to get into our next session, taking care of your body. There's just so much that this covers, and we definitely, throughout the week started discussing this thing and thought there was a lot of information we could give out to help athletes out there that just don't know where to get started. Taking care of your body definitely covers a whole bunch of stuff. Everything from mental health, what you eat, recovery, pre-game, pre-competition, and then let's take it away from just being athletes and go to regular life, being able to wake up every day and just do what you do and be happy at the end of the day. So we definitely want to talk about taking care of your body as a whole. I don't know about you, but like for years, I know as an athlete, forever. It my meal plans, I'm not even gonna lie. My meal plans, I just ate.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I ate whatever was there. But I did watch other guys do it better. Definitely, really fine tune that thing to maximize muscle and energy, and then, like I said, recovery. I was poor, so meal prep was whatever was made. And so, again, it worked. With me and my brothers, we're fine, and that thing did what it was supposed to do. So, but for those guys that are out there, those guys and girls that are out there trying to figure out how to go about making their meal plans, depending on your age, one, I don't believe that if you're under, let's say, 14, probably tops, that you should be doing meal prep at all. 14, there's a lot of people that are going to go and say, well, if you're obese or whatever, but that's, honestly, gauging it that way doesn't necessarily make sense. If you want to do something that's a way of changing your life in order to be better for yourself under 14, that's fine. But when it comes to meal prep for sports, I think about 14 years old is a good age to start teaching yourself and training yourself how to eat well, how to make sure that you know how to eat in off season of your sport compared to in season. You definitely need more calories in when you're participating in your sport, because it's hard to keep your weight up, keep your muscle intact, because you can't work out as hard. Outside of that, I would go to the issue of lifting weights. I believe, honestly, there's no, let's see, I got a kid that's 8 years old in my gym. He works out on weights. We just don't work to hurt the growth plates. We definitely keep the weight for his age group, and something that he could get in the habit of doing without doing any, like I said, any damage or anything, but just getting his body in shape. Yeah. I know your kids played sports, and your son is playing right now. How do you feel?
I mean, taking care of the body, I believe, is very essential. I would say over the last couple of years, with my son working out and his eating habits and everything, we try to focus on not really a diet plan per se, but just kind of like a meal control, right? Portion control kind of thing. My son is a lineman, D lineman, so keeping that calorie intake up is pretty essential. But sometimes there comes to a point where you really can't overdo it, right? Because that's when you start to gain some of that bad body fat kind of thing. So do I believe in like diets and stuff? I mean, I kind of did in the beginning, but I think the diets definitely have to be kind of structured for that person, right? Not everyone is the same. And we're not really trying to tell you guys not to eat certain types of foods. We're just trying to tell you guys, it's just about portion control and just really watching the calories that you're taking in, and what are you doing to, burn those calories as well, right?
I mean, I myself personally, I hate the word diet. Diets are things that you do for a short amount of time and then you move on, and normally they backfire on you. I believe that you should find something that you can maintain for life. So when you say, oh, I'm not going to eat sugar, it's like, come on, that's not going to last you your lifetime. Or no, I'm not going to drink soda. Yes, you are. You're going to do it at some point in time. You're going to eat fatty food or fried food at some point in time. What I think you should do is find something that works for you and understand that thing will adjust. Well, what you can eat when you're 15 or 21 is definitely not going to be the same thing you can eat when you're 35 or 40. So you just got to adjust as your life goes. The one thing I will tell athletes, whether you're, watching this as a youth athlete or a high school athlete, or a professional athlete, once you retire and stop playing, I know for myself, what I found is that you continue to eat the same way that you always ate when you were operating and playing at a high level. And so then what happens is you tend to gain a lot more weight. Look at Charles Barkley, Shaq, everybody. And then you have to figure out like, oh, wait, I'm not as active or doing as much. So I got to cut that back. So be careful about that. Like, again, this whole thing about how you take care of your body is is up to you and the people around you that you include in that. But remember that there's no one thing that works for everybody. So don't say, well, my sister does this or my friend does that. Stop reading the magazines. Stop looking at the posts where somebody went from looking like this to looking like that, because they'll tell you that they worked out for 6 months and they dropped 75 pounds. What you don't know is they had surgery over there and they're not telling you that part. Yeah, they dropped the 75 pounds in 6 months, but and yes, they worked out. But the thing they're telling you is only 10% true, because the number one thing that happened was they had surgery over there.
And let's not get that twisted, guys. We're bringing up the surgery thing. We're not knocking surgery.
Oh, no.
Some people need it. You know what I mean? And if you can get it done, more power to you. We're just trying to say taking care of your body
I'll give me some lipo right now. Hey, if you got lipo out there, you want to mess with me, I'm here for you. I promise you. We are not knocking the system. If I could go, I'll do that right now. All you gotta do is call me. We don't even need anesthesia. I just come lay down and act like I fell into the place and fell out a little bit thinner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
So everybody's body is going to be a little bit different. It's going to react differently on how you do certain things. Our main thing is just to put the awareness out there that, hey, just be active, get something done. I do know, I'm prior military, I'm retired, right? So when I retired, I still ate the same, but I just didn't do the stuff I did when I was in. So did I gain some weight? Yes. But, I know for a fact that I just got to change my lifestyle. I got to get back in there, and I've been doing it. Hopefully pretty soon in the next, 20 shows, maybe you're going to see a jacked up Rob. Who knows? I don't know. But like I said, AKA the Candy Man, I love my sweets. I love my desserts. I love my candy. If you see me at the field or you see me on the court, you're probably going to say, or see me pull out a lollipop out of my pocket. Ask me. I probably got extra.
Yo, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're not that kind of candy man trying to get the little kids.
No.
If you see him with candy, he's not presenting it to you. That's for his own consumption.
Yes.
You just wanted to clarify that.
We're definitely not trying to take you to the van out back with the candy. No.
I know, right? I mean, this segment definitely came up because we wanted to broach the subject of talking about mental health. Before we get to that, so we have a question. What about is that cryo freeze?
Yeah.
This is what I would say about cryo freeze. It works. It's not that it doesn't work. It works for recovery. I don't know about the one that's for weight loss, or for body contouring. That's I would say that's all depending on the person. But when it comes to the cryo for recovery from sports, it definitely works. I would say that you definitely shouldn't be a younger kid. Don't send your 13-year-old for it. Their bodies will heal. Their bodies are young. They bounce back. But high school level, it works. It definitely works for recovery and helping you heal faster to get back on the field, on the court, on the mound, whatever it is you do. So that hopefully that answers that question. But yeah, this subject here we brought up for mental health. Athletes, please remember this. The one thing that's required of you if you're trying to become a professional athlete one day is your sport's going to ask you to marry it, right? When I say that, whether you're male, female, doesn't matter. You have to marry that thing. Your commitment to your sport has to be complete. It has to be without any failure to submit to it at all times, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the most important thing you need to know is that it will never love you back the way that you love it. You have to be in love with it in order to get through the day-to-day monotony of working out. But again, it will not love you. And don't count on the fans on any Sunday or Saturday, Thursday for basketball, Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Look, the truth of the matter is the fans love you when you're winning. They don't like you when you're not. You can watch fans throwing things at people all the time, whether they're in music or fashion or sports. Fans love you as long as you perform, and we all have bad days. So don't read your press. Don't think about the things that they say, because most times than not, they don't mean it. They're just passionate about the fact that you're their favorite or you play for their favorite team, and they don't take time to consider what it does to the athlete. How you feel about that?
I mean, sheesh. I mean, there's so much involved in this topic with mental health, right? And in sports, this is very important because mental health involves your mental, right? Your emotional, your psychological, as well as your social aspects in life.
Yeah.
And there's going to be times when, you're feeling down and you're feeling like you just can't push any further. But I think it's about the people you surround yourself with, and then being able to talk about that, being open about it, right? Because you got to find someone out there, your wingman, someone who's a supporting cast for you, and just to talk about it. I think people need to remember it's okay not to be okay, right?
Yeah, facts.
But it's also how you react after, right? How are you going to take what's going on, those hardships, and just be resilient? Are you going to be able to bounce back, right? Surround yourself with great people. That's what I always try to do with myself. And I try to teach my children the same thing. Mental health is so important because if you don't have it, you're not going to be physically healthy, right? You're not going to have that social aspect with getting out there to know people and to talk about certain things. And bad mental health, I hate to say it, it's going to lead to other health problems, right?
Well, yeah, absolutely. No, that's not even a question. I was watching a show the other day, and this chief of the fire department, she was mentioning when they were talking about saving drug addicts, and she was like, they were complaining about whether or not the ease of the Narcan, the thing that happened, that they give them, if that was causing more actual drug addicts, in more frequency, because they know that's available. And she said it doesn't matter, because I don't know if the 30th time that I save them is the time that saves their life. She said the key to actual recovery is the only thing that matters about recovery is that you have to be alive to get there.
Sure.
And so it's the same with mental health. No matter your sport, no matter your life, no matter what's going on in it, no, you cannot trust everybody. You cannot speak to everybody. A lot of people will say, open up to somebody. You should have said something to anybody, but that's not true, because some people are there to judge you, not to help you. But you do need someone. I don't care who it is. If you can't trust the people that are around you, talk to a stranger, because they don't have a dog in the fight. So talk to them and see if they'll lend you an ear just to get it off your chest, because the most important thing to do is not have bad self-talk. And that's what happens more times than not, is that we feel like if we talk to ourselves, that will be the thing that gives us the opportunity to recover, and it never does. That's like saying, I'm drowning, and so I reach over to the other person that's drowning and I say, save me. You can't, that's not possible. We're both drowning. Yeah. So, you need to reach out to someone who isn't drowning, who isn't in that moment. It doesn't mean they don't go through those moments, because we all do, but right now, they're floating, they're surviving. And so they can help hold you up until it's possible for you to float too. And that's not Pennywise, because that's terrifying. And they do all float down there, just so you know.
That's crazy. So, hey, more on this mental health and talking to someone. Let's say you don't want to talk to somebody because you feel like you're going to be judged.
Yeah.
There are resources out there. There is, you can call 988. I know most of us have cell phones. So 988 is the crisis hotline, 24/7, 365. You will talk to someone and they can help direct you into something. Yeah. If you don't want to talk to someone right off the bat, text HOME to 741-741. That'll bring up another professional on the other side, and they can help direct you to where you can find, that help. So there's so many different resources out there. Don't be closed off. Reach out to someone, speak. Yeah. I promise you this. I growing up, I always thought mental health was nothing, right? I thought it was just whatever, right? You're just being weak, all of us, right? But as I got older and I didn't know how to release some of these things that I had going on in my mind, and I was such a go-to person that I had so many different things on my plate. But what the problem was is that I was taking care of everyone else except for myself. And I found it was so much better to talk to somebody who I didn't know, because I felt like there was really no judgment, right?
Yeah.
Because I can leave and be like, hey, do I have to talk to this person next week? No, forget it. I'll just find someone else, right?
Yeah.
Or I come to that person again and they really don't know what's going on in my whole life, but I can speak to them. And that's not saying that everyone should be able to do that. And, that's my own personal experience, but find the help. I know there's someone out there that can help you. Before it gets before the weight is too heavy for you, reach out, talk to someone.
Well, for a lot of you athletes, man, if it's not home first, let me say this. There are a lot of good coaches out there. There are a lot of coaches that care more about you as a person than they do as their player. Even if you're the star player, they just want to see that you're happy, you're healthy, and you're okay, and you're moving forward in your life. And so if you have that kind of coach, reach out to your coach. What I can guarantee is that there's somebody on your coaching staff that you can reach out to. Guaranteed. Like, it might not be a head coach, it might be the trainer, it might be the team manager, there's somebody on there that cares about you enough to listen to you and help you get past that moment. Because mental health, the trick about mental health is it's not forever, it's a moment. And the reason that people end up hurt or making a bad decision is because that moment seems like a lifetime. Yeah. And so then they just make the bad decision.
For sure.
So, but you know what? We covered it. I don't want to bring this show down where it's all mental health.
Yeah.
We know what you came to see. So let's talk about food. We put up a poll talking about what does everybody eat before the game. Yeah. And this is what happened.
We definitely got some good feedback out there. So you can see on the bottom of the screen if you can. There's some people out there that gave us some information on what they like.
Information. Some of those are crazy.
I mean, there is definitely some crazy stuff on here. I mean, but not really crazy. It's definitely got me curious.
Right. The spaghetti sandwich is crazy. Grilled cheese sandwich.
So there's one out there. Shout out to Oos was here, right? That's my cousin Orlando. Hey, thanks for letting me know. So this guy grew up, he was born here in the States, in California to be exact, but he was raised and grew up in Samoa, New Zealand, as well as Australia. So in those places, they ate this thing called spaghetti cheese sandwiches, right? Nice little quick, easy, or cheese toasties. Sorry, cheese toasties. It's just a sandwich with spaghetti and cheese in there, and it's done up so many different ways. And as I did my research, it started off in the UK, basically a grilled cheese sandwich, right? What we call, and it kind of evolved into something crazy. As we were, looking around and seeing all these different things, we actually saw something that they elevated because we're like, hey, that spaghetti cheese toasty, what can we do to elevate that? We said garlic bread. And so we definitely want to try that. It looks like something that you'll get your carbs in, and you can do it so many different ways. You can add meat to your spaghetti. You don't have to have meat.
Yes, you do.
He says
I'm not eating spaghetti without meat.
But there are y'all out there that don't eat meat with spaghetti sometimes, so it's just kind of crazy.
If you're out there and you don't eat meat with your spaghetti, we need to talk. I don't care. If you're a vegetarian, there's something, hey, throw that impossible meat in there. You know what I'm saying?
For real. So, thanks for my cousin for letting me know about that, because that was very interesting to me on how it's evolved over the years and what people, how they enjoy that. That's pretty cool. There's some other ones out there, typical McDonald's, right?
Boo.
Some people love it, some people don't.
No, I'm about the one that said I'm always for Raising Cane's. It's my go-to.
Raising Cane's, sauce is the boss kind of thing.
Ribs and white rice.
Ribs and white rice. That's the Kalbi ribs and white rice. And shout out to this kid. He was saying the white rice and the Kalbi ribs at the Ombu Grill. Who is that kid? Uriah Papaya _Papaya. He's over there in IG. Young little athlete coming out of Utah. Hey, I love the all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue joints, man. That's my thing.
Somebody said chicken curry.
Oh, chicken curry.
I've never had curry, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to try it, so I might have to do that. I'm definitely going to try a couple of these and see what it's about. I know my pregame meals was just food. You know what I'm saying? like no joke. I think you go out and you just get the things that are, honestly, I think it's comfort food. I think that's what pregame meals are. People tend to go do comfort food for their pregame because it makes them feel good, makes them feel comfortable, knock down the nerves, so they can get ready to do the thing they're about to do.
For sure.
You know? That's what I think most people's answers tend to be traditional to that.
Yeah.
You know, so I know people that like for their parents to cook them the same like special meal every game day.
Oh, for
You
sure.
know, I've definitely run into that a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, are we gonna run that again? Are we gonna run that same food thing for like next week?
Yes. So
Oh, love it.
So
Love
next week, guys, producer here, Alyssa here at Agile Media.
Nice.
Next week we have actually a food truck coming in, 303 in the Cut,
Yep.
which is a food truck here in Las Vegas. They're gonna come in next week and have some desserts for you guys.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
We're also gonna get some feedback from other athletes
Yes.
and get their weird or unique food combinations that they like to eat
Okay.
before a game. And we're gonna try it. We're gonna have
Coaches.
this review.
Coaches, you too. Like coaches, what do y'all like to do before a game? You know what I'm saying? Parents, if you got something that you do as a family to get ready to go watch your kid perform and do the job that they do, let us know. You know, hit us up everywhere. Let us know what it is so we can get it up here. Maybe we get some great ideas that we can make and bring into the studio on one of these Sundays before NFL time.
Hey, that's great and all, Jared. But hey, let's get back to this dessert next week coming in from 303 in the Cut. Like I said, the candy man, love the sweets. I am looking forward to this day. All right. So if anyone knows,
No tiramisu.
he doesn't like the tiramisu,
No
but
tiramisu.
I love tiramisu. I love food in general. So yeah, I just can't wait. I love the fact that we got this food segment because it kind of just lets us know what everyone is doing out there.
Yeah.
I mean, we were pretty basic growing up in our era, right?
Yeah.
It was just food or piles of spaghetti, right? Day before a game. And that's why today I really don't eat spaghetti. It has to be elevated a little bit. I'm just not going to eat regular spaghetti. So if you make me regular spaghetti, I'll eat it. I just won't enjoy it as much as something that's elevated. I'm telling you, elevate your spaghetti for me.
Elevate
Because I love that food. And kids are so lucky nowadays. I mean, they got everything out there. I mean, food is just expanded out there. I've even tried some of those vegan joints. Kind of crazy, but it's decent.
Man, you know what I do like though? I like growing up, we never had team meals. So I dig the fact that most of these teams now they have their like varsity meal, JV meal, freshman meal before their game day.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the greatest thing that's come along since my time playing sports. Is that because you definitely get a chance to create that family vibe with your team, your coaches, team, like the entire environment. To be honest with you, I think that's something that's fantastic that it happens, and it's just nothing like that, man. It really isn't. So I'm a little jealous of you athletes that are out there now, because you guys are definitely getting something that we could have used, and I think would have just made for better times.
Oh man, and you can just get on your phone, order some food. Back in the day, when we didn't get that kind of stuff, man.
Nah.
Y'all are so lucky.
So lucky, man. So lucky.
But I mean, we're lucky now as adults because I mean, I got a little bit more money than these athletes, high school athletes, so I can really order it whenever I want.
Right.
They're a little, hands.
Don't worry, we get our team meals in here at the Who's Up Next show.
for
You know what I'm
sure,
saying?
for
The
sure.
whole team come together.
Let's
We
go.
get that before or after or something. Matter of fact, I had some what was they called? Cheese
the cheese roll.
Oh,
cheese
cheese
rolls.
rolls.
What was
Yes.
the company?
That's Porto's bakery out there in California. Oh my God.
Portos.
Love it.
Porto's.
That place is always packed, but the bakery is legit. You got to go.
Greatest thing I've ever tasted.
Yes.
Never had your food before, and I'm telling you right now, I'm a fan. And what I heard is that I can order it online and have it shipped to me. So I'll be placing that order.
For sure.
I need that. So speed it to me so I can get a little fatter. Because I'm telling you, it's delicious. Because is it like a croissant?
It's like a puff pastry.
It's a
Like a puff pastry.
Yeah, with
It's
cheese
so
in it.
good, man.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's
So-
definitely legit.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to give a shout out to this company, Cluckin' Chicken. They got a bunch of locations in California. I think it's 7, but specifically the one in Reseda. I was there Friday night after the game. We had just gotten out of the hospital, the ER, and we just wanted to try something. I saw chicken. Fried chicken is there. I'm always down for fried chicken. We ordered our meals, and then I saw somebody sitting and eating, had this quesadilla, and I was like, man, I will buy that quesadilla from you right now. Obviously, I didn't because that kid was hungry. But the guy in the back heard me. And when he gave us our food, he was like, hey, I made you a free quesadilla, man. I want you guys to try it since this is your first time. So I definitely appreciate that. I left that place so full and satisfied. So Cluckin' Chicken out there in California, you definitely got to go. We're not sponsored by any of these companies, by the way.
No.
You
Hey,
know,
we give shout outs
know.
to good people and good companies, man.
Yes.
Like, look, it's not always about getting paid. Sometimes if you got good service or you got a good product,
Yes.
why not?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you know how many restaurants I've gone to Taco Bell and they'll give me a receipt and ask me to leave a review. Your Taco Bell. Like, if I'm being honest, the service is the exact same at most Taco Bells that I go to. I'm not knocking Taco Bell.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it's pretty uniform. So when I go to some place where I get good service from a good person, you know, or the food is amazing, or the ambiance of the place is amazing, or just anything about the place, whatever it is, then why not give a shout out to that? So
Sure.
that definitely not paid by any of these companies. We're just telling you, as normal everyday people, when we were out there in the lanes and we stopped by, they were amazing.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
as Rob said, they were there probably I think you hit me up, it was like 10 something at night.
Yeah, I think I got there right before midnight, I believe.
So right before midnight, you know, they were tired, you know, they were ready to go home. They still made a little extra food, gave it out to them just to be, you know, gracious in the way that they do business. So of course, shout out to them, because that is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
All right, let's do. What do we got next there, producer?
Alrighty, we're just gonna do another commercial.
Well, let's shoot to that commercial then. Are you looking to take your business's online presence to the next level? Feeling a little insecure, just not sure what you want to do or where to start? AddJoy Media is here to bring joy to you and your customers. They are here to add joy to your online presence, specializing in content creation, account management, post scheduling, and so much more. Bring joy to your life and to those of your customers. Use AddJoy Media for all your social media needs.
There we go.
Let's get it. Hey, AddJoy Media. That's our producer's company. She's amazing. Everything you see, everything you get from us, they do that. All of our social media presence, that's AddJoy Media. We can't say enough about it. Please, if you get a chance, you should give AddJoy Media a shot.
Yep.
And see what they can do for you. Because a lot of you athletes, I see your social media out there when we're looking at people to showcase. Some of you don't understand that you're, as an athlete, you're a business, and you definitely not taking care of business. We spoke about NIL deals last week. The one thing that some of y'all might have missed, your social media following sometimes can result in social media plus your ability on the field, on the court, or whatever it is you do, can get you scholarships, because fans on your social media translate into views. When game time comes for television, translates into butts and seats when it comes to the stadiums. And sometimes if you got the right amount, you'll be amazed at the doors that open up and the kind of NIL money you can actually be up for. So please, AddJoy Media, don't forget it. AddJoy Media. All your social media needs.
Let's go.
What we got next?
Alrighty, tomorrow is never promised. Ronnie James.
Hey, this was a rough one. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was a rough one. To LeBron, to Bronny, to the whole James family. The one thing when we brought this up was that we were definitely going to make sure that we were, this was classy and everything, because it's not about, we were hoping that Bronny makes a full recovery.
Yes.
And goes out there and continues to do what he has to do. And hopefully him and his dad get a chance to play with each other and make history in that manner. The reason that we wanted to bring up tomorrow is never promised is because a lot of these athletes out there will tell their coaches, we know we're about to help you out. A lot of players will tell coach, yo, I'm going to work on that tomorrow. Yo, I got you, coach. In the off season, I'm gonna do what I have to do, and it's gonna be better. And what they don't understand is that tomorrow ain't promised. You know, when game day comes, they need you to perform. They don't need you to say, "Hey, I'll do better next time." They need you to do better now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you say, "Hey, coach, I'll be at practice tomorrow because I got something I got to go take care of," what the coach is waiting to hear is they get it. They understand things come up. If it's an emergency, they get that. But when it's not that important and you put off practice, the first thing the coach is thinking is, "I need that guy.
Yeah.
I need that guy right now," but that guy isn't taking this thing serious. And so they got to go in a different direction. Not because they want to, but because you gave them no choice, because you think that there's always more time. Bronny was on his way to, like, let's be honest, he was going to do the winter season with basketball, going to the draft, be out there, him and his dad probably playing together. That's the plan. That was the plan. The same thing with Shaq's son. You know what I'm saying? Sharif thought the same thing. He thought he was going to go through college, play, and go to the NBA. He had both of them had no idea that they were going to have heart issues or that things were going to happen. And we're lucky, like we're lucky to be having this conversation and be able to say that Bronny may still play and their dreams may still happen. Because the truth of the matter, I'm sure that in that moment that happened, everybody thought it was over. Yeah. And that he wasn't even going to live, let alone be able to hopefully bounce back and do what he had to do.
Yeah. And I think, this topic is tomorrow's never promised. It doesn't just pertain to your health, right? It pertains to your drive and determination to get to that next level, right? We know, we have seen it across, time. You're a great athlete, but for some reason you weren't doing the things that you needed to do to stay on top, right? And you lost your job, right? So playing every play like the next play is not promised to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? You got to go out there and give it your all. I know a lot of people out there are tired of load management kind of thing.
Don't even get me started.
But I'm not saying, we're talking about student athletes, right? They don't really have these problems, but what they do have issues with sometimes
yes, they do.
I get it.
They have the problem because you get athletes that go out there and they go out there and give 100% one time, and then they tell the coach they're tired, they need a break.
Oh,
and it's like, no, you don't.
Yeah, there it is.
What happened to being an every down or every minute type of player, where you're playing your sport to the fullest the entire time. Yeah. So when the coach has to give you a break, it's because he knows you're tired.
Yeah. So, it does run in high school sports. And I've seen it. I get it. There are those athletes that, hey, that coach is going to play me no matter what. I'm not even coming to practice.
That's crazy.
Because they believe that they're that great.
That's crazy.
And that's not what we're about. I don't want to see that. I'm sure a lot of people don't want to see that. So making sure that you're doing the things that you got to do to stay on top of your game, playing hard every single play, every down, every quarter, whatever it is, play your sport to the fullest.
But not just sports, life.
Sure.
Like life. You don't say I'll study tomorrow for a test. What if you get busy tomorrow?
Yeah.
The test is still going to be there. The test is there. That's not changing. Then this is what happens, right? So they'll be like, "Oh, I'll study for that tonight." Then they don't. "Oh, I'll study for that tomorrow." Then they don't. Then they try to study the morning of the test, show up, and when the teacher is like, "Yo, this test is time, let's get it done," they're like, "Wait a minute, but I didn't know it was coming, or I'm not ready." That's not the teacher's fault. They told you a week ago.
Yeah.
But it tends to be that way right now. Everybody puts off everything. I don't care if it's down to just telling somebody that you love them. Like there's no guarantee about any of this.
Sure.
Like there's no guarantee that there is another second in any of this, and so just stop. Enjoy today. Work hard today. This moment, this second, do whatever it is you're trying to do. Love whoever you're trying to love. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a time to be. No, there isn't a time to be serious. There's a time to do it all. Sure. Be serious and have fun and everything at the same time. That's more than there are some people that all they do is be serious all day, every day. And if you ask them, they're living their best life.
Sure.
Because so do that. Like do it all, experience it all at the exact same time. Our producer went to a rave the other day and paid VIP tickets and said she had a blast and wouldn't change anything. And we know a couple people that did not pay VIP and may not have enjoyed it as much.
Sure, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like, look, that one time paying for that was so good. You know, one of my athletes, their parents came out. We went out to the Elton John concert. I never thought I'd be at the Elton John concert. You know what I'm saying? I'm look at me. I mean, look at me. I'm the epitome of black. Just black. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about me says Elton John, and I almost put on the glasses and the boots. You know what I'm saying? The concert was amazing. Yeah. And the parents loved them to death. That thing was amazing. I had the best time. Yeah. The best time.
He might be black, but like he said, always tells me, black don't crack.
No, not at all.
No, good skin.
Yeah, no.
Skin.
Yeah, no. But it was so fun, man. And the people, the environment, and everything. And what if I had been like, nah, not, you know what I'm saying? That's not for me. That's whatever. I enjoyed something. Yeah. So try new food, try new places, talk to new people. Like enjoy this thing because it'll be gone. You're like, it just will. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like yesterday I was running around worrying about high school, and now it's like, man, where did the time go? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think you really should enjoy it. I mean, you know, my kid, it seems like he was like a baby not too long ago. You know, he was so little, man. I could pick him up. I remember, hey, don't hold this against me. Him being in third grade and on the back of my motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? I put a helmet on him.
I think it was during that time when we could actually have people in the back of a pickup truck.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Don't judge us.
I was wrong. I admit it, but he's still alive. He didn't die. So, but he was so little, and now like he's about to be an adult like that. He won't even be living in my house. He'll be off in college playing ball and doing his thing. And what I'm happy to say is that when I look back, I didn't miss a moment. You know what I'm saying? I sacrificed doing other things or making money at different times in order to make sure that I'm at every practice, to make sure that I'm there for every moment, to make sure that I'm not missing anything, because what else is it for except to give him everything, except to make sure that those memories are there, because my father passed away and I wish there had been more time. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much that I wish that I could say or that I could enjoy with him. I wish he could see this podcast right now. Yeah. Like, I know he think this is the most amazing thing ever, and he'll never know, you know? So it is like, please, like, tomorrow is not promised. Enjoy everything. Work hard today. Go to practice, go to class, do the things you need to do, and stop playing around, man.
More importantly, just do it all so you got no regrets.
Yeah, absolutely.
No regrets.
Absolutely. This topic, we had to discuss it. Like, we legitimately had to discuss it. You know, and we're not, look, Bronny, we might get the notice that he can never play again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to show up in the media and when it's going to show up. It might show up, you know, tomorrow that says, hey, his career in basketball is over. Do you know what that's going to do to that young man? He will be devastated. Yeah. Like, he will be, he had a dream, right? But if we're being honest, I bet you he never played harder. I bet that practice he was going as hard as he could because he knew he wasn't years from playing with his father. He was months, days from playing with his dad. You know what I'm saying? And I know that meant everything to him. And now he might get the notice that he can't do that. That dream, that record that probably nobody else is ever going to break is never going to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so, yeah, man, like we gotta stay true to this thing. And so that's why this subject was important to me and Rob. And that's what this show is about. You know, we're not political in any shape, form, or fashion, except for in our private lives. But on this show, we talk about everything. No topic is really out of line. You know, we're gonna give our honest opinion about everything. We'll try to be as respectful as possible, unless you force us not to be. Because I mean, don't forget we about it. You know what I'm saying? like we'll be respectful as long as everybody else is respectful. But there's no subject we want to talk about. If you have an opinion, as you're going to find out in our Reddit section, that am I an asshole or not? Like there's some, like we're going to touch everything.
Yes.
All right,
sir.
what we got next? Oh, back to a commercial. Let's go.
Introducing Keen Carroll Digital, a marketing company made to bring your creative vision to life. Now, we understand the business market has grown tremendously throughout the years, with more competitors out there than ever, and that's why branding is very important to your business. Studies have shown that 68% of businesses out there, that brand consistency has increased their revenue by 10% or more. Make your brand stand out amongst the crowd. Keen Carroll Digital is here to guide you through the process from creating logos, custom designs, and video. Work with us today. Help is just a hop away. Keen Carroll Digital.
If it's high school sports, we're talking about it. This is the Who's Up Next podcast. Now, back to your hosts, JR and Rob.
Alrighty, so now that we're back.
Cool. Welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Yo, no excuses. We're new. All of these commercials we do for everybody, work in progress.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They'll either be good or we'll make the blooper reel.
But it's my podcast. I can speak if I want to. You know what I'm
Hey, I
saying?
know,
whatever
right?
whatever we got, we're gonna say. If we got bloopers, yeah, we're gonna put it out there for y'all to see, so y'all can.
Yeah,
laugh with us.
we have no shame.
yeah.
We have no shame. We don't
Check
care.
out our TikTok. You'll see
I know,
our first
right?
blooper.
Yeah, go to our
And we
TikTok.
got many more to come. Trust me.
Yeah. What we got?
Alrighty. So we have the Am I the Asshole Reddit.
Okay.
Alrighty. So let's see here. Okay. Give me one moment. It's being a
Sure.
little iffy. Oh,
So this one is, am I the asshole for spending more money on my son's sport than my daughter's?
Okay.
Alrighty. So it starts off. Some of you are going to think I'm the asshole just based on the title, but I urge you to read to the end. I have 4 children, 3 sons that are ages 17, 14, and 11, and 1 daughter who is 16. My 2 eldest are both very athletic. My son plays football and baseball, and my daughter plays softball. It's a girl version of baseball for those who don't know, but they are pretty different.
Whoa. Okay. Weird. Spin around.
Alrighty. My son has a year left of high school and has already been scouted by several universities for football and baseball. He has real potential to be drafted in a few years. Naturally, my wife and I spend a lot of money every year to pay for him to have the best training as well as traveling expenses. My daughter, too, is exceptionally good at her sport, but it is impossible for her to become a professional athlete because there are no major leagues for women. We pay for things she needs, but I will openly admit that we spend much more money on my son's athletic career. I see it as an investment into his future, and my daughter is just recreational. My daughter gets jealous every time she notices my willingness to spend more money on her brother's career. She sees it as us favoring him, but I don't think of it that way at all. I love them both equally, and my decision to give my son a larger budget is only because he can go pro.
Wow.
If I could afford thousands on both of them per year, I would absolutely do that, but I can't. My daughter talked to my wife and said it makes her feel like she's loved less for being the only girl. A large reason she feels this way is because we put more resources into my son's sport. I understand that it may initially be perceived as unfair, but I also think that if you know the full story, then my justification is valid too. My house is very divided right now with my wife and daughter not being on great terms with my sons and I. Please help. Reddit, am I the asshole?
There's no help. Like,
I
I'm
wish
sorry.
I wish maybe next time we're gonna have our signs, not the asshole, the asshole. I mean, I'm throwing up the asshole sign right now.
There's
Asshole
no
sign.
choice.
Yeah.
There's literally no choice. We don't have a choice but to call him an asshole because, oh man,
Yeah, I mean, all right. From my point of view, he's completely the asshole. All right. I mean, one, he's showing favoritism, and I mean, we're talking about he has a better chance of going pro. I mean, let's think about the statistics here, people. Going pro in his sport is still a very small chance. I mean, we're talking about just high school sports here. Did you forget he has college? I mean, did you also forget that your daughter can go play softball in college?
In college, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about trying to get to college to get a free education here, buddy.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna say you're one of the biggest a-holes out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just looking at it from a pro standpoint. I mean, he's got to get to college first. Are you telling me he's going to get to college? He's automatic? Come on, y'all.
Yo, I mean, okay.
I wish we know who this
you
was
know
because
what?
I'd get the kids on the show, man. Just
I know,
so we can
right?
talk
It's all
about it.
anonymous.
Look,
Yeah.
so here's what I'll say. So I know I'm about to give away a trade secret, parents. No, everyone does not. Everyone likes their kids the same. I guess every parent might love their kids the same, but everybody has a favorite.
Sure.
Like, let's be honest. Like we're everyone has a favorite. It's not personal, it's business. You know what I'm saying? Every parent has a favorite, unless you got one kid. Then I mean, hey. But outside of that, everybody has a favorite. They'll love, take care of their kids the same, everything like that. But why wouldn't you give them all the same? Even if you have a favorite, don't you give them all the same opportunities to succeed?
Sure.
Because that's where I'm at. The part where I feel like, yo, you're the bad guy is because at the end of the day, why not just make her happy? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care if he's your favorite. The happiness of your kids should be the thing that, number one for every parent, and that part should be equal. You know, look, Mom, if you watching, you know I'm telling the truth, so stop screaming at the camera. I'm telling you now, it used to be my middle brother was the favorite, but then my mom had another baby, so you're with me now, buddy. So now it's our little brother. He is definitely the favorite. Like, it's not a question. My mom still lives where she lives because my little brother is the favorite. He's gonna get everything. That's her. Oh my God, I can never have a baby again. And all of a sudden, miraculously, she has a baby. That's her baby. So we know it. It's not personal. That's her baby. My mom loves me. She loves both my brothers. That part's not a question. She just has favorites. And that's okay. Because I'm married. I got favorites when it comes to parents. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I who am I here to lie about? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my in-laws or my mom or my dad, I got favorites too. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. And that's okay. I love everybody the same, but I got favorites.
Yeah. Okay.
You know who you are. You know who you are, Pop. You know what I'm saying? I like, that's it. So, you know, my in-laws are great parents. So it's like, it's I do what I do. You know, I can't help that. But this dude is different. Like, that's like, at the end of the day, then what are we talking about? Or if we're talking about, it's about who could go pro, then what? There's no stats on this kid, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He's just saying that he's really good and has a chance to go.
But he said he had some looks. But looks, to me,
that's the difference right there. No.
Hey, I got 4 looks today. I'm not going to tell you what the looks were for, but I mean, there were looks. What are we talking about?
Yo, but let's be real. If he's that good, where his chances of going to the pros are really good, then it wouldn't be a few looks. It'd be a few offers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's different.
Keywords, looks, offers.
And they'd already be talking about the draft. It wouldn't be he might go into the draft. They'd be talking about the draft. So realistically, your son and your daughter are exactly the same. Like, exactly the same. So
It just says that he's been scouted. No offers. Just that he's been scouted.
I mean, let's be real. If you had a recruiting department or you paying for a recruiting subscription, right?
Yeah.
if someone looks at your page, you count that as a scouted? Probably. So he's probably thinking, oh, he got scouted.
It's crazy. Yo, Reddit, y'all got some of the craziest people on y'all site, man.
I love it though.
I love it because it has, we get a section out of it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like this, I love it, but sometimes I'm waiting for the one where it's like, no, you're the greatest. That's the one I'm waiting on when they ask, am I an asshole or not? And we get to be like, no, you are not. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with you. That ain't happening.
So I guess that's 2 weeks in a row.
I know,
We both
right?
got L's, right?
Like,
What's
hey,
the asshole count?
yeah, we're not gonna have we're not
2-0.
gonna be biased though. We're not gonna look for the perfect story so we can have somebody that's good. I mean, you know, if it's a bunch of assholes out there, there's a bunch of assholes out there. There's nothing we
It's
can
just
do
the way
about
it
that.
is. It's
You know
the
what I'm
way it
saying?
is.
That's it, man. Like that's where we are. So that's our section. You know what I'm saying on Am I an Asshole Sports Edition. We love it. We love it. Keep it coming. What we got, producer?
Alrighty, we're just gonna do a little wrap up.
All right, man. That show went quick.
Show did go quick this week.
Last week was like seemed like it took forever, man. Look, we're learning this thing. We really are, you know. Before we go, I do want to talk about Complete College Prospect though.
Okay.
I know you see that they sponsor the show. I know you see that and there's a reason why we do this thing the way we do. Our belief in Complete College Prospect is second to none. I was having this conversation with everybody earlier. I'm not here to bash all the other brands out there and I have no problem mentioning them. 247, Rivals, QB Hit List. Like I think they're all great. Max Preps, I think they're all great. I think everybody's doing what they think is best. But what I like about Complete College Prospect is the fact that not only are you rated as an athlete, but you're rated as a student, as a human being. I think that a lot of parents out there don't know how to get where they're trying to go, or get their kid to the end result. You know, everybody charges a fee. Complete College Prospect does not. They, you know, that $25 to set up your account is the entire thing you pay for the whole life of your account. You know, so with that 25, now you get a portfolio built for you that's going to allow you, your athlete, or if you are the athlete, allow you to go where you're trying to go and do the things you're trying to do. Stars matter. So having those stars next to your name, it matters. Sometimes that's the difference between a coach even knowing your name or what you do. So I think on that aspect, it's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But more importantly, the culture they're trying to change is the C side. That's not only being a 5-star, but hopefully being a 5C athlete, you know, and having your grades, your community, your coachability, everything in line. They do so much and they require so many things in order to showcase an athlete and really build their portfolio up and help them go to college and have coaches streamline the process so that once a coach makes an offer to you, that if you wanted to, you can accept it on the spot in order to, by saying, yo, coach, here's my profile at Complete College Prospect. I'm a 5-star 5C, and coaches know what that means. You know, they know that 5C means that they never have to worry about you and you can be successful on the school side. And that 5-star lets them know that you can be successful in your sport. So that's why we support. That's why you're going to see Complete College Prospect everywhere. When you see who's up next, you see me, you see Rob.
Yes, sir.
Whether we're here out in the lanes at your local game, you know what I'm saying, just at your school, because we definitely want to get out into the community. That's what we stand for, and that's what they stand for, and that's why we support them like that. So look, food trucks, 303 in the cut.
Yep.
Yo, this is why we want to put you on next week so that you're a part of this thing. We want to create an environment where, you know, these athletes are showing up at your truck and following you and doing what you do. As you saw with the interview. When you come on for an interview, yes, sometimes we're going to have you in the studio. Sometimes you're going to be like AJ was. Thanks again for coming on the show. We want to be able to showcase their food trucks, their location. If you're, no matter what you sell or no matter your school, yo, if you're a high school or junior high and you want us to come through, we'll come through there too. Yeah. You know, we want to showcase everything that you're about. Everything that Complete College Prospects is about, we want the Who's Up Next show to be about, including all the fun and things like that. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we are a podcast. We have our own lane, but we do stand for helping athletes and do the things they need to do. Coaches do the things they need to do. Athletic departments, same thing. High school principals, same thing. Teachers, same thing. Like right now out here in Vegas, teachers are fighting to get better wages. I support you. You want to come on the show and talk about that? We don't care. We're going to have you on the show. Let's talk about it. You know, the governor, Gov, if you want to come on, we'll have you too. Like everybody has a voice, but we're going to keep it 100% here. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, we will always have an opportunity for you to get on. If you find out from somebody that we're on the show and we're talking about you or someone's saying something about you, all you got to do is jump in our comments. Our producer's going to see that. If she thinks it's something that's important, we're going to shoot you a link. You come on, you'll be on just like AJ was, and you can say your side of the story too. Yeah. You know, next week, we got Clay Morrow on from head coach at the Green Valley Gators. I'm giving you the heads up now because I can already see you saying, you could have told me. I got you. Here you go. Next weekend on Sunday, hopefully with a better result than they've been going lately. You know, they're 0-3, so we got to talk about it. But let's see what's going on. But we definitely want to give him a chance to be on here. You know, and that's what I feel. There's some other schools out there that are going through some things, not just with the RMA, but also like Arbor View, the little investigation. Hey, come on and say your side. I don't know if everybody else can let you speak, but Arbor View coaches, Arbor View school as a whole, you are more than welcome to come on the Who's Up Next show. Say your piece so the world can hear it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, those are just rumors that we hear. We don't know for sure if there's anything going on.
No, not at all.
But hey, if you got a side that you want us to hear, you want the world to hear, let's do it. You know, we're more than welcome, more than happy to have everyone on that just wants to say something. And athletes, hey, let us know. Jump on. We did that food segment today, so obviously we did something that's here locally. If there is a place out there that you want us to come visit, or you want other people out there in your state to know about, let us know. Send us a little short clip. Eating your food.
But we didn't even do all local. A couple of those places was in Cali.
Oh yeah, we did.
You know what I'm saying? So we're global with this. If you're in Europe, you're in Africa, you're in Australia, and you got places that as athletes you play rugby, soccer, whatever you want to go eat at, tell us about it. We would love to hear about it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Love to hear about it. I don't care, Japan, all of that. You whatever it is, you want to hit us up. If it deals with music, sports, fashion, education, whatever it is that deals with high school sports, hey, this is the show for you.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
That's period. So, hey, we want this thing to be welcoming. It's a welcoming environment. We're going to make mistakes in the way that we host the show, in the way that we're going to have bloopers too. Everybody does. We just aren't going to hide them. We fix our mistakes on the spot. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, man, like that's the Who's Up Next show. I know that first episode was a little like, everybody getting to know us. But like this time, I think we really nailed this thing. Our producer is on lock. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine doing this thing with anybody else. Like, this is my guy. Y'all just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
same. Back and forth, you know what I mean?
So we just want to, and when you, I know, right? We just fit, man.
You're talking about the colors? What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing here? No, hey, we just joking, y'all.
Yeah,
but we obviously know I'm brown. I'm not the white part of it.
Yeah, you heard me say it plenty of times. Watch this. Hold on for a second. Cut the light out. I'm not playing. Cut the light out. Cut the light out. That's what this show about. Bye. Told you. You know what
just quick.
Yo, this is what we're about, though. We're here to have fun, do what we do, and just really give everybody that place. Athletes, I can't stress enough. If you feel like you're being overlooked at your school, in the media, whatever it is, hit us up.
Yes.
Everything you want to shoot us, you can shoot to Complete College Prospect if you need to, but more importantly, shoot it to us at our contact, which is on the screen now, the Who's Up Next show at gmail.com. Mm-hmm. Get us that video. If you don't want to be on video, tell us you want to come on the show. We have no problem putting you on. But make sure that if you come on this show, we expect you to carry yourself like someone who's ready to be on the show. Don't come on and be quiet. Don't come on and be shy. You come on the show because
We ain't got time for that.
We don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? But because we're here to give you a platform,
Yes.
no matter who you are, not just the people at the top of this thing. We want to hear from everybody.
Yeah.
You know, there's some
Let us be a part of that journey, man.
Yeah.
To get you up there. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And age,
Everyone
I
has a
mean,
voice.
don't call us if your kid is in kindergarten and you talking about, yo, they just started playing sports and he's a killer. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm just not. Next week we're adding up Hit World 2. So for football, well, not even football, even when it comes to baseball, softball, when it's time, if you smacking, you know what I'm saying, knocking them out the park, that's gonna go on the Hit World highlights. Football, Hit World highlights. Volleyball, you spiking it, putting it down people's throat, send that to us. Hit World, like that's
Yeah.
the segments are gonna keep coming. We got our wheel that's coming. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the comments during the show, we spin that wheel, we pick your name, you'll receive some swag from the show. We just got so much. This thing is gonna grow, man. Like I said, pretty soon, Sundays, your 1 o'clock on Sundays is gonna be sold up because it's all gonna be Who's Up Next show. You can't miss an episode.
Yeah.
And you can listen to us everywhere, see us everywhere, and I mean that. We're on Spotify. God, we're on so many platforms. Amazon Music. There's just so much. Like you could catch us everywhere.
Yeah. So don't tell me you didn't know where to find us.
Yeah, you
We
didn't
just
know
put
where
it
to
out
find
there.
us.
So hey, just definitely want to give a shout out to Nebraska volleyball because they just
Yo,
had a huge
right.
event.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
What happened to the clip? Where's the picture?
More than 92,000 people were in attendance, making
Yo,
it
it's amazing.
the
What-
biggest women's
Rob,
attended sport.
Where's the
ever.
picture?
Hey, it's on Complete College Prospects Twitter. I know it's there. Let's see if we can. pull
Man,
it
we
up.
gonna pull it up real quick. They did something that's actually incredible, like really, really incredible. The Nebraska women's volleyball held their game in a stadium
Memorial
in the-
Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska.
and sold that joint out. You know what I'm saying? Volleyball, again, Complete College Prospects is actually rating all of that stuff. So go get rated, go do your thing,
Hey,
man.
drop us that film, man. We're trying to highlight your sport.
Yeah, yeah.
We
On
you know,
this show,
I
we
know
try
we
to
were looking
highlight
for 'em.
all sports.
Yes, Complete College Prospects has been looking for you guys. Drop that video. We know you guys got great video out there. It's just
Yeah.
you guys aren't really exposing yourself out there for everyone to see. So let's get it. Send us those videos. Let's see if we can get this picture of the stadium up.
You had it first.
I did have it first.
Then
but I don't
grab
have
it.
Let me
You
see.
can
Let me see.
just go grab it, go clip it, yo, because I want everybody to see it, man. Like these things gonna happen. Sometimes we're gonna be on live like this, and we just gonna have to go look up stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. Because again, to the Nebraska women's volleyball team, we just want to make sure that you guys get all the love in the world. Get your roses right now, because again, you made history, and it's definitely one of the most amazing things that I've ever seen when it comes to sports. If I didn't know no better, that's like being at Wimbledon, is the way that this thing looks. Out in the open air, just handling your business and just putting on a great show. And it's just amazing, man. It's absolutely amazing. Was you able to grab it?
Trying to see if I can pull it up online.
See, these are the hiccups. We don't mind the hiccups. You know what I'm saying? But when it's time for you to get your due, we want to make sure you get it. That's why I said any athlete, you want to get on this show, hit us up, because we're going to make sure that we showcase you right. We're going to make sure that you are seen and that you're heard, and because it's important to us. And that's why we can't end this show until we get this up. Because again, it was just like that, man.
Let's see.
If you grab it, you can send it over to producer, man. Let her put it up.
That's what I'm trying to do right now.
For you guys that are listening to us on Spotify, things like that, we're not gonna have any downtime. So I would serenade you, but I can't sing. So, but we'll make sure we get this photo up. Same time, let me talk about Vegas football right now. Bishop Gorman did something amazing. They're ranked number 2 in the country. Obviously, they're number 1 in the state. They're just an incredible program. They just beat, what was the team they beat down out of, out of Florida? Central. That's right. So they beat Central out of Florida. Pretty sure that's going to, as long as the rest of their season goes well, probably going to lock them in for playing for a national title this year. and that's amazing on its own. So, I know that they lost a lot of talent between last year and this year, and people didn't have as high of expectations.
Oh, but
I think that
thing.
no, the talent they got is great, and people shouldn't sleep on them. They are a really, really good team, and definitely proud of Bishop Gorman. Shout out to y'all. Keep doing what you do. Make Vegas proud. And hopefully, when we're talking to y'all later on, we're talking about a national champion, because that's what y'all deserve to be.
Alrighty.
You ready?
Yep, there you go.
Let's go. Here it comes. Boom. That's it.
That stadium was packed, y'all.
Stadium packed. Nebraska women's volleyball.
Yeah.
They shut it down. Shut it down. Like it's absolutely crazy to me.
That's insane.
Right?
Volleyball, yeah.
And the part that's the craziest is they have an opponent, but all you see is the red and white. That's Nebraska. That's not Nebraska University. That's Nebraska out there, you know what I'm saying, supporting the team and doing what they have to do. And that's amazing.
Yeah. And so there were 4 different teams there all playing each other. So Nebraska and Omaha, I believe, was the main. The later
Nebraska,
game.
Omaha,
And
the
then,
main. Who's the second game? Because, hey, honestly, yes, Nebraska said it all, but Omaha, I mean, you there too. It's your state too. So we definitely want to give you a shout out. And then we want to make sure we shout out them other 2 teams, because you were all part of history. So,
yep. I mean, there was what was it, Nebraska Kearney, and then we had, let's see,
was it all Nebraska teams?
It was all Nebraska teams.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
so all 4 Nebraska teams that were out there. That's why y'all sold it out. It's amazing, and I know, right? Like that's a boss move for women.
Mm-hmm.
And they like women's volleyball. Like I could get women's basketball, I could get women's football, I could get women's like soccer, but that's volleyball. Volleyball did that. And so, shout out Nebraska. But I mean, y'all do have my boy out there too. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, great job. Great job. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm JR, the big fella.
Big Rob, aka Candyman. Let's do it.
Our producer, Alyssa at AdJoy Media. We appreciate you spending this time with us.
Yeah, thank you very much,
I
y'all.
love it.
Yeah, we hope that you guys could come get on the show. If you got a food truck or food, we want you to, do your thing. Contact us so we can showcase you. And we'll see you next Sunday, 1:00.
Yes, sir. Show 2 in the books.
There you go.
Thanks for tuning in to Who's Up Next with hosts JR and Rob. Live episodes every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time. Follow us everywhere at Complete College Prospects. Don't forget to message us with anything high school sports that you think we should showcase.